Abuelo and the Three Bears by Juri Tello, illustrated by Ana Lopez Escriva. It was a quiet Sunday. Emilio and his grandfather sat on the front porch. Abuelo, said Emilio, do we have to wait much longer? When will everyone get here? Your cousins will arrive soon, Abuelo answered, and we'll have a fine dinner. I'll tell you a story to help you pass the time. Once there was 3 bears who lived in the woods, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and little Osito. One Sunday morning, Papa Bear woke up grumpy as ever. Then he smelled something good. Frigilos, he said. Abuelo, you're joking, laughed Emilio. Bears don't like beans. Well, all the bears I know like Frigilos. Papa Bear got up and rushed to the kitchen. Buenos dias, said Mama Bear to Papa Bear and Osito. Papa Bear sat down at the table and tucked his napkin under his chin. How are the Frigilos? Are you ready? He asked. Yes, said Mama Bear, but they're too hot to eat. I can't wait, said Papa Bear. I'm so hungry I could eat an elephant. Abuelo, said Emilio. Bears don't eat elephants. Emilio, argued Abuelo. You must never have argued with a hungry bear before. Stubborn Papa Bear didn't listen to Mama Bear's warning. Aye, he growled, jumping out of his chair. These beans are too hot. I told you so, said Mama Bear. Why don't we take a walk into town while they cool? All right, grumbled Papa Bear, whose mouth was still burning. So the bears left their breakfast to cool and went out. Just then, in another part of the woods, a girl named Tranquitas had set out from her house to visit her friend Osito. She was called Tranquitas because she had long black braids. Abuelo, Emilio called out. The girl in the story is called Goldilocks, and she had blonde hair. Goldilocks, Abuelo shrugged. In my story, there was Tranquitas, and her hair was long black braids, who came to visit, and she was hungry too. When Tranquitas arrived at Osito's house, she noticed that the door was open. So she stepped inside and followed her nose until she came to 3 bowls of beans. First, Tranquitas tasted some beans from the big bowl, but they were too hot. Then she tasted some from the medium-sized bowl, but they were too cold. Finally, she tasted some from the little bowl, and they were just right. So she finished them all up. Now Tranquitas decided to sit in the living room and wait for the bears to return. She sat in the great big chair, but it was too hard. She sat in the medium-sized chair, but it was too soft. She sat in the little chair, and it was just right until crash! What happened? What happened?
The chair broke.
She broke the chair. Poor Ositos. Abuelo, what's Tranquitas gonna do? Asked Emilio. She broke her friend's chair. Don't worry, Abuelo said. She'll come back later with glue and make it like new. Tranquita was feeling very sleepy. She went upstairs to take a rest. First, she tried the great big great big bed, but the blanket was too scratchy. Then she tried the medium-sized bed, but it was too lumpy. Finally, she tried the little bed. It was too small, but it was cozy and soft, so Tranquitas fell asleep. When the 3 bears came home, Papa Bear headed straight to the kitchen to eat his frijoles. Aye, he growled when he saw his bears. Somebody's been eating my beans. And somebody's been eating my beans, said Mama Bear. And there's only 1 bean left in my bowl, Osito said. Then the 3 bears went in the living room. Aye, said Papa Bear, when he saw his chair had been moved. Someone's been sitting in my chair. And someone's been sitting in my chair, said Mama Bear. And my chair's all over the place, said Osito. The 3 bears climbed the stairs to check out the bedrooms. Papa Bear went first. Mama Bear and Osito followed behind. Aye, said Papa Bear when they walked in the bedroom. Someone's been sleeping in my bed. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, said Mama Bear. And look who's in my bed, said Osito. He ran over to Trinquita's and woke her up. Then they all had a good laugh. But now it was getting late. Mama Bear said they'd walk Trinquita's home to make sure she got there safely. Papa Bear didn't like this idea. Another walk? What about my fragilos? There'll be beans at my house, offered Trinquita's. I'll bet that Papa Bear was happy, said Emilio. You're right. And here's what happened next. When they arrived at Trinquita's house, they sat down at a long table with Trinquita's parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, and lots of cousins. They ate pork and fish and chicken and tortillas and beans and salsa so hot it brought tears to their eyes, and they all laughed and shared stories. So you see, Emilio, said Abuelo, Papa Bear had to wait a long time to eat his fragilos, but in the end, he had a wonderful meal and lots of fun, just as you will have when your cousins arrive. Is this the end of the story? Emilio asked. Yes, said Abuelo. And it's the end of your wait, too. The end. What did you think of the story? No. What was your favorite part in the story?
My favorite part was when she tried the chairs.
When she tried the chairs? What was your favorite part, Deja?
When she tried the bed.
When she tried the beds? Did you notice that in this book, now you've heard of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This book was a little different, wasn't it? In this book, Goldilocks, Trinquita's, and Little Bear, Osito, were friends. They knew each other, and she had just come to visit, and then she ended up breaking the chair and doing all that stuff. Right? How do you think Papa Bear felt that he had to wait to eat those beans? He was probably impatient, right? And felt a little angry because he didn't want to have to wait. And how do you think Osito felt when he saw that his chair was broke? He was probably sad. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story. Thanks for reading with me. Bye.